Crimson Change says, I'm moving next month into a house with a half-finished basement, and I'll have space to set up a small shop. How awesome. I'm so psyched for you. Any tools you think are a must-have. Also, any tips you have for setting up small shops. Yes. Yes. The most important tool for a small shop is the workbench. It should be a surface that you love working on. There are some nice, inexpensive ways to get into that. You can buy cutting block work surfaces from Grizzly in many, many different sizes, and they're not super expensive. They're what I have here on the stainless medical table. They're about 1.5 inches thick, laminated boards, and they make great workbenches. I'm always making custom workbenches since I've never, I often don't find a workbench that can fit the exact part of the shop that I want it to fit in. But once all of this depends on what you're going to be doing at that table. But make a workbench table that is as big as you would like it to be. Like if you have like 8 linear feet of wall space and you could put an 8-foot wide workbench, do it. Do it. Do it. Shelves, I think, are one of the first important things to have. You want storage that is not on the workbench. It is so in our nature to like load up the back of the workbench with all the stuff we might use on it. And I am always trying to take stuff off my workbenches. I don't succeed, but I still think it is a worthy effort. The tools that I think are a must-have, I mean, obviously, the basic complement of like couple of each size of Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, your hammers, your hand saws, your hack saws, but everything past that is about what you are actually going to do. I want to tell you, antiques malls are a fantastic resource for inexpensive tools, especially if it is if it's only 20 years old, it's often where you can find that stuff the cheapest. Garage sales are even better, but it's harder to find tools in garage sales. At least rarer in my experience. Antiques malls, yeah. Power. They make these power strips. I don't know if I have one. Yeah, hold on. I love these kind of power strips. These are fantastic. Your normal, the thing is about these that's so great about them in a shop is that if it's just you at the shop, you're not gonna overload this thing. It's not like you're gonna have 5 things all running at once. When you are a lone proprietor in a shop, you are almost always using one tool at once. And frankly, this keeps your like 6 outlet strip from looking like Clark Griswold's power strip from National Lampoon's Vacation. This is much more civilized, and these are not super expensive. Power is another one. Lights. Make sure you add enough light. That little clip lamp isn't enough. The more light, the better. The more light, the better, especially as you get older. Our eyes start to go. I need more and more light on my workbench. And again, the more, the better. Joshua Drum says, should I be nervous about putting wheels on my medium-sized metal lathe? Would love to be able to move it around my shop when need be. Is yours on wheels? Yes, mine's on wheels. The wheels on mine were, the framework on mine was built by Frank Ippolito, and he used that lathe, my small lathe, for the better part of a decade, and I got it back last year. And it's now here in the cave being used, and it's on these big fat wheels. They're really large, right? Yeah. They're not ideal. There are actually ideal wheels for big machine tools, and they have, you're gonna see them come up because I'm going to make a work and layout table here where this table currently is. It will be a rolling table, but it'll also be able to be parked. And there are these wheels specifically for this. They have a very high degree of, They can handle a lot of weight, but they also have in them feet that you can ratchet down and level the table, and it is super stationary. But when you want to move it, you ratchet it back up, and then you can move it around. There are less expensive versions of these wheels where you do it with a finger wheel. I don't want that. I want to use a ratchet. When I do that build, pay attention, because I'll include an Amazon link to those wheels. I found a 4-pack of them that can handle hundreds of pounds for like 55 bucks. So I was very pleased with that. So don't be nervous about putting wheels on your medium-sized lathe, but the stand should be heavy. The stand should be really heavy. And I wouldn't do it on a bigger lathe. That's definitely true. Oh, Leon M asks, I am restoring an old Atlas 10F lathe. Dude, fun. Any tips with rust removal? Yeah, hold on a second. Oh no, I know the name. The rust removal tool of your dreams is called EvapoRust. It is non-toxic. You can get it on your hands and it's not bad for you. I mean, it's not like you want to wash your hands in it, but soak stuff in it overnight. You don't have to throw it out. It is very reusable and continues to remove rust. If you leave some things in it too long, it can change their color, but like an overnight rust removal, EvapoRust. It is my favorite stuff. I always have like 2 gallons here. And that is really fun. If you're restoring an old lathe, the other thing that you would want to do is, if you've got some significant amounts of rust, is you want to get some India stones. And you want to be very careful about, like, if you've got, say, on the ways, which are ground, if you've got some pitting, you want to carefully take a stone to that to make sure you've taken off the high spots without taking out the low spots. Stoning your main surfaces is a really important part of shop maintenance. And when you're dealing with rust spots, it's totally fantastic for that. The other way to remove rust, the other thing I want to recommend is a parts washer. Frankly, the parts washer is one of those tools that I use like 3 times a year, but man, I'm never going back to not having a parts washer in the cave. Having a way to degrease big, heavy, greasy stuff is really fabulous. So yeah, between the EvapoRust and the parts washer, I'm very happy. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us even further, you can by becoming a tested member. Details are, of course, below, but it includes all sorts of perks, and we're building them all the time. You get advanced word and behind-the-scenes photos of some of our projects. Questions, you get to ask direct questions during my live streams, and we have some members-only videos, including the Adam real-time series of unbroken, unedited shots of me working here in the shop. They are weirdly meditative. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.